Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is just me looking at the 18Z GFS. I'm in a very bad mood. Seems like everything in the world is gloomy. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and hang with me as we watch this. But this is the 384th hour of our models being projected out. So professional meteorologists would make fun of me for even showing it to you, but I think it always shows signals that we should pay attention to. And on top of that, the moisture levels that are represented are almost always there. And technically this thing has it at hour 264, so you should know I'm not a professional meteorologist. I'm just a guy who's been extremely accurate about some earthquakes, a whole lot of hurricanes, and the weather, and economics. I want to remind you that in August, or was it July, when oil was at $46 a barrel, I guaranteed you with a 99.9% confidence that we were going back up to over $70 a barrel, and we were probably going to do it with sanctions on Venezuela, bombing Syria, and then going after Iran. And hey, what do you know? Look where we are. It's funny. The more accurate I am, the broker I am. So let's do this. Yep, right here, yeah, it looks like two potential tropical storms or hurricanes represented at our 384. And so, yeah, I'm showing you this because this is the weirdest. The model, I've been watching this thing for 3 days, and the models on this are just weird, man. We should all know that we have an erupting volcano in Hawaii that they're saying is going to continue to erupt for months, which is going to cause continual earthquakes for months. Like, look at it. So that is going to lead to more weather instability and unpredictability. The green is rain, and the yellow is heavier, and the red is the heaviest. And the model before was showing the hurricane thing to have some purple, which is, we don't see much. So I definitely think if you were in Florida, the southern tip, you guys are in trouble no matter what. But I mean, on this model, if you watch, when we get to the later end of it, right now, this model has that tropical disturbance, hurricane, whatever you want to call it. See, there's some purple down there. It has it going north, because one of the models showed it direct landfall on Louisiana. And then, I mean, no matter what, this giant storm rolling through, and I think these storms are going to get filled in with the severe weather crayons as we get closer to the dates. But the main thing we're looking at is, like I said, that thing down there. Notice how it just goes north, and then it decides to just hang out, and then it's gone. Well, it's not gone, it's just because the model runs out, but this thing happens and sits there for 3 days. So I definitely think, considering that the models have been showing it several times now, we should continue to keep our eye on it. And I mean, this, like, the last frame literally has 2 possible things that could develop into hurricanes. Now, I don't know about wind shear 2 weeks out yet. I don't know about water heat, though I'm going to go ahead and take a 95% guess that it's going to be hot in the Gulf. And so, it goes north, and then it just kind of hangs out, and then it kind of goes north, and it goes east, and it has a buddy. And every single version of the model has it kind of splitting in two. Like, I'll drop down to like yesterday's model, I don't know if I saw this one earlier. But like, I mean, so like every version, I actually pulled all the stills on there to show you guys. Here, let me pause it and do one more cool thing that I did. I was going to edit it, but I'm too broke, too sad, things are too gloomy for me to have the focus to do that right now. Yeah, so the model before it shows some type of a body that just kind of hangs out. See that? Like it. See how it just kind of hangs? It wants to go north. And that turns back around. So that one has it going south. Go to 6Z. That might have been the one that I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. Yeah, I like me in a happier mood too. Hold on a second, let me pause it. Alright, so I pulled all the 384 frames because professional meteorologists hate them so much over the last 3.5 days. And if you can see that except for one, that one. Well, that one even has it at the bottom here. This one definitely has it headed towards Florida. This one has it making landfall, and this was from the 7th on Louisiana. This was the one that shows nothing. That was from the 7th, the 6th Z. This one shows from the 6th. 0Z shows big problem. This one shows it hitting Florida on the 6Z of May 6th. This is the 8th. This shows it heading kind of towards Florida. This is the May 5th and the 6th. See, this is the first time I think I saw it. So it literally started showing us it 3 days ago. And so, I mean, you know, this is just me giving y'all a heads up. Most professional meteorologists won't warn you guys about it until, you know, I think it's 5 days out. Those usually start talking about it at 7. But I think after having us get hit by 4 hurricanes last season, and then having giant mudslides that killed 30 people in California in January, and then getting the 4 or 5 nor'easters, 4 nor'easters in a month, and then having a volcano explode and having, 12, 13 fissures in neighborhoods in Hawaii now, that it is time to accept the fact that these earth weather changes are happening, and it's causing some wild and wacky weather. For 5 years I've been saying we have to unite to adapt to this. That's why, like, on a day like today, I just, you know, I don't know. It seems like that's the exact last thing people want to do. So, I mean, and look, that's got some wacky thing going around Florida. Dada Boo, which is totally different than Dabu 7. On Twitter has been talking about it. Like, so no matter what, it's a whole lot of moisture. And it is something that we need to keep our eye on. So, man, I'm just here watching it. I guess it's always darkest and wettest before the dawn. But everybody stay cool. And I will talk to you guys in the near future. Peace out.